For a few years in the 1970s, the Mr. Asia Syndicate made millions.
Heroin creates its own market. It acts like a form of plague.
Until jealousy, betrayal and murder brought it all crashing down.
Then he just pulled out a gun, shot her in the back of the head, and then said to Wayne, "You're going to help me bury her."
This is Mr. Asia, A Forgotten History. First 3 episodes available now on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Simon Parker, he's cut him through on the inside. Quinn Tupaia in his 50th. He's going to score under the post. Quinn Tupaia scores in his 50th game under the sticks. Here comes Tupaia. Vi puts it into Tupaia. Tupaia's going to bag a double. Oh, he has. Tupaia scored in the corner. Oh, the Crusaders are getting dealt to. It's 46-17.
Oh, great delight. In the commentary box last night. Graham Minty Mead with the call. Fantastic stuff, mate. The Chiefs winning 49-24 in Hamilton, piling on 5 tries in the second half, with a couple there, as you heard, to Quinn Tupaia, who dotted down twice on the occasion of his 50th match. The victory margin of 25 points is the biggest by the Chiefs over the Crusaders in the history of Super Rugby. So how happy is their coach? Let's bring him in. Clayton McMillan is with us. Clayton, congratulations on the win last night. How much did you enjoy the performance that your side put on?
Yeah, mate, it was good. I liked that second half. Really got some wind in our sails and always played some outstanding rugby, and it was a really pleasing result.
17 all with half an hour to go, and then 25 minutes later you're ahead 46 points to 17. Can you just talk us through your reflections on that period of the game in particular?
Yeah, I think, again, it was a tight game right up until about the 50th minute, and both teams have been sort of sapping the energy out of each other, and we've got a good injection again from our bench. We've got some experienced campaigners and some athletes that can come on and inject some speed and give us some front football. But we're just tactically smart too. We just kept putting little kicks in behind that made it hard for them to exit out of their 22, and I guess that accumulated pressure just took its toll in the end.
I know that you were sort of shying away from any talk of a bomb squad strategy after the win last week. That's probably going to come up again this week after you brought 4 guys on early in the second half and then got a couple of tries straight away. But can you tell us about what your strategy is in the use of your impact players?
We just have an expectation that they come on and influence the game without trying to do too much. There's no real secret formula. We just have got a fairly deep squad, and part of keeping them happy is giving them all an opportunity to play. So over the first 3 or 4 weeks of the competition, we just made a conscious decision of trying to rotate our squad so everyone does get their chance, and that creates some internal competition so people feel like they've got to really nail their opportunity, and that's what's happening, which is going to make life difficult for us, but one of those difficulties that you're keen to embrace.
Do you think guys still want to start, even though they can see the value you're placing on them as impact players, and you probably sell it to them in that way? Do you think most guys still want to start the game?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I've never met a rugby player yet that's happy about being on the bench, but one of the avenues for getting in the starting jersey is to come off the bench, and to be honest, some people are just really good at that, and they can add value as a starter, but some people just have the ability to really inject themselves into the game, change the pace of the game, a little bit of X factor, and not everyone can do that. So there's a little bit of strategy in terms of who we bring off the bench, some respect, but I think it's just been a little bit coincidental over the last couple of weeks that injection is sort of coincided with it turning in the game.
I guess also you're rewarding performance, aren't you? If a bloke starts and he plays well, then it's likely he'll start again. Can I ask you about Simon Parker's performances in the first couple of games in the 6 jersey? Is he a demonstration of that you play well, you hold your jersey?
Yeah, like he's just been immense the last couple of weeks, both sides of the ball. He's a big lump of a lad, real heavy boned, heavy carry, heavy in the collision areas. But he's had a few opportunities to run in open spaces, and he's been able to showcase his skill set. So I've been super happy for him because he's had a bit of a wretched run of injury for the last 4 or 5 years. Always had potential, and now it's been realised. So, yeah, he's been playing really well, and that's meant that somebody of the quality of Sam Penny's had to come off the bench.
We're well aware of Leroy Carter as a sevens player and what he's done there. Were you always confident, Clayton, he could make the step to 15 so effectively?
Yep, yeah. No, I had a fair bit to do with Leroy back in Bay of Plenty, so he's always been a massive competitor and an ultra-talented rugby player. And it probably took him a little while, and I think the sevens environment be really good for his for the professional development. His body's more robust now. Just those professional habits that are required at this level of the game, he's got those down pat. So, yeah, he's another one that made a big impression. But we were really confident that we picked up a good one there.
And Imoni Narawa, every time he plays for the Chiefs, he just seems to impress, and you have to think that the All Black selectors will take notice again. Can you talk a bit about Imoni Narawa's influence on your side?
He's probably just at his best when he's being cheeky, and I just spent this morning just going back over reviewing the game, and I see he's pulling people's shorts down in the middle of the game, and he's doing all sorts of stuff. And I think that's when you allow people to just be themselves, then are more likely to give the best of themselves. And he's one of those people. I think if he's put too much into a box or follow a framework, then probably not going to see the best of him. And in our environment, we take him and everyone for who they are and what they bring to the table, flaws and all. And Molly's a good example of somebody who thrives in that sort of environment.
You reckon you might just leave Damien McKenzie at fullback for a bit?
Or we might not have a choice. We're a bit limited on fullbacks at the moment. But yeah, I think he looks like he's got a smile on his face and he's enjoying his rugby. He's getting to come up into the front line, into that 10 jersey sort of later in games. People probably didn't realise yesterday, but we just switched Josh Jacob and Damien around for the last 20 minutes, I think, and that again had a good impact. And Josh Jacob, the young fella, he's learning a lot off Damien as well, and I thought he probably had his one of his best games for a little while, certainly for the Chiefs. Real statement performance from him.
You lost Luke Jacobson early after a blow to the head. We didn't really get a decent look at any replays. I'm sure you've got different angles you've seen. Did you think that incident should have been further looked at?
I think it probably warranted, based on the evidence of other decisions I've seen over the last couple of weeks, yellow card. But that turned out to not be the case, and we just moved forward. You're going to get a few decisions that go your way, and there's going to be others that go against you. And I think the referees, tip my hat to them. I think they've been doing a great job of bringing some tempo into the game, and seen high ball and play minutes and a little bit of fatigue at the back of games. So I think they've done a really good job. And like I said, it's a dynamic game. They're going to miss a couple of things, and potentially that was one of them on the weekend. I know that Luke's nose is a bit busted up, and for a handsome young man like him, he'd be a bit disappointed about that, but it'll get fixed up.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what'll worry him the most, the look of his nose. Ramaka Poihepi also left the field. Any update on his situation?
Waiting for a bit of a medical report this morning on him, but he was walking around a little freer after the game, so we're hoping that that's nothing serious. It was a non-sort of contact injury. He just went to step and his knee kind of gave way, and we'll find out a little bit more today around the seriousness of that.
All right, just to finish, all anybody's going to be talking about today in rugby circles is the way the Chiefs played in that second half last night. People will be watching replays. All your players will be getting pumped up by the fans and their mates. How will you keep them grounded when you come together on Monday?
This pretty grounded group. It's been a group that's been through some adversity. We've been to the big dance a few times, haven't quite got it done. So we've just learned that what happens in round 1 and 2 has very little bearing on what happens later on in the season, other than accumulating points and building your game and some confidence and just enjoying turning up to work every day. So these blokes keep their feet firmly on the ground, and if they ever look like floating off a little bit, we're pretty quick to bring them back down. So just happy with the way we've been playing, but we've got some big games ahead of us over the next 4 weeks heading into our bye. So we just turn our attention to the Brumbies now and we prepare well, we'll give ourselves a good opportunity of performing well.
Great performance last night, Clayton. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us, mate. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yeah, no worries. Have a great day.
You have a great day too, Clayton. I'm sure you will. A very relaxing day watching the other teams beat each other up now, as you did to the Crusaders last night. It's Clayton McMillan, head coach of the Chiefs.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.